Hello, beautiful people. This is Eleni, and I thought that I would discuss a very interesting topic that I was discussing with one of my people that books in for regular supervision sessions with me. And we were discussing one of her most challenging clients yesterday. And she wanted to know what to do with him because she didn't know what to do. So let me talk about the situation and what we discussed, how she should move forward. So the situation was that this particular hypnotherapist that was having supervision with me yesterday, she had her most challenging client that she has ever had. She's had many challenging clients, but this one took the award for the most challenging client for her. He was a corporate high flyer, is a corporate high flyer, and had smoking issue, alcohol issues, and basically disregarded the sessions that she had for him. Like, she gave him everything in those sessions, and instead he would cancel last minute because he didn't care. Like, the cost of the program was irrelevant to him. He didn't really care about paying for sessions and not turning up. But she was getting quite stressed. There was a point in time in the program where he was doing really well. He had stopped smoking, he had stopped drinking, he was doing really well, and then a few weeks lapsed and he went back to his old habits and he started cancelling sessions again. So she said to me, what am I going to do with this client? Like, I don't know what to do with him anymore. And so first of all, we started talking about, let's look at option number one, which is option number one is understand that your most challenging clients are your best teachers. I have found that over time that those clients that really gave me grief to begin with, they took me to next level as a therapist because I put in the work to really think about, not only plan the session, but have plan A, B, C ready in case, not knowing which way I was going to go exactly, but really considering where he's at, what's going on for him, and what would be the best way to handle the session. And when you do that, when you really go outside, what you're used to doing and think about, what is it that I need to do with this client so things turn around, you really elevate yourself as a therapist and you go next level so that next time, the skills that you've got are elevated. And every single challenging client I have found has done that. However, there is another side to the story. And the other side to the story is when we see those clients that we don't want to see, that we don't want to spend time with, that really drain us and that we don't even like, then is it in their best interest that we continue with the program? And so what I asked her is, what if you close your eyes and you think about the possibilities, which is 3 possibilities I gave her as options. Possibility number 1 is to have that conversation about resistance, which she's already had that conversation, and to basically say, look, this is what's happening. You're not turning up to sessions. Are you going to turn up, or is this not an appropriate time for us to continue this program? So, just treat him like a normal client. Have that conversation as a normal client. Don't give him extra phone calls, extra follow-up, anything like that. Make sure that you're maintaining your energy and your sovereignty, and that you have that conversation with the client. So maybe this is the time to postpone because we're heading on to Christmas and there's lots of Christmas parties which he's going to and all the rest of it. So have that conversation. Or do you just want to call it quits because it's your business and you've got the right to do that, and to say to the client, you know what, I don't believe that you are prepared to, at this time and at this stage, put in the commitment that you need to. And so this is what I would suggest. I would suggest that I refer you on to this person who I think would be a better match, and wish you all the best and refund the rest of the sessions. So when we went through those possibilities, which was work with him if he says yes, postpone it till after Christmas, or completely cancel the rest of the program. When I asked her to close her eyes and fill into those 3 options, the one that she really wanted to do was to stop the program and refund the rest of the sessions. That's what she really wanted to do. Now, you have to follow your greatest resonance. You really do, because if you do insist on working with those clients that you don't even like she doesn't even like him, there is an energy there that is perhaps not in the best interest of the client. And so out of all the clients I have seen, there's one client that I refused to work with mid-program. I just didn't like her, and I admit that I didn't like her to myself, and I couldn't stand seeing her in my diary, and it affected the energy for all my clients that week. And so when I asked, and I said to her, it's in your best interest that you go to another hypnotherapist, and I know exactly who you need to go to because you're more of a match, because I thought they were more of a personality match than with me. She didn't want to go. She was very reluctant. She wanted to stick with me. And in the end, I insisted. I called it, and she did. She went. And as soon as she left, the heaviness and the energy that I had felt from her was the biggest relief ever. So there's never a black and white answer. There's always lots of possibilities. But what I want you guys to know is that there's always more than one solution, and there's no right or wrong solution. It's the solution that is that you feel is right for you. So if you think, this is beyond my scope, they're a bit challenging, it would be to your interest to stick with it, to research, to do what you need to do to provide that client with a better experience so that it equips you to become an even better therapist, because your evolution as a therapist does not stop. Your evolution as a therapist doesn't stop after a certain amount of years or a certain amount of training. It doesn't stop. It continues to grow. You continue to evolve. You continue to learn as a person and as a therapist forever. And so our most challenging clients are definitely our best teachers. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Having said that, if this is just one of those really, really rare exceptions where you just feel sick at the thought of seeing this client, because for whatever reason, maybe it's a reason at the subconscious level that you're not even aware of as to why you don't like them, okay? Then it is in the best interest of that client that you do refer them on to a therapist. Like, I wouldn't leave them in the lurch. I wouldn't just say, here's the rest of your money and see you later, good luck with this. I would find a therapist that I think was a good match, so that I would refer them on to someone who I felt had a good personality match. That's important, that they had a good personality match. And so that's what I would do. In that instance where I felt sick at the thought of seeing the client, okay, and that's only happened to me once. It literally has happened to me once, and in that case, I did make the call. It was a very hard call to make, to refer them on, and gave the therapist, with the acceptance of the client, all the notes, everything, that we had completed every single session, so they knew exactly where the client was at, so they could just pick it up from where I had left it. Because at the end of the day, I wouldn't want to be going to see a therapist who dislikes me. So think about it that way. Like, if it's a dislike issue, not just a challenging issue, but a dislike issue, I wouldn't want to go and receive therapy from someone who doesn't personally like me. So they don't have to like me, but as long as the feeling is neutral, but it's not at a point where they dislike me. So I wouldn't want to go to a therapist where they dislike me. I just wouldn't want to do that. I think that the energy would be wrong. And so, just to summarize, I really believe that there's always 3 options to every problem that you think you have. And by looking at the 3 options and closing your eyes and feeling into those 3 answers, then go with the one that resonates the most. That's it. That's how you make decisions. That's it. But there's always more than one way. And there is no right and there is no wrong. when we really get that and really understand that we really can't make a wrong decision. It's just what decision resonates with us the most. Hope that's been helpful. All my videos go on Helen Midas YouTube channel, so I'll see you there, because I know that if you miss videos, you get them all emailed to your inbox. So across all my groups, the spiritual ones, the business ones, and the ones where I talk to the general public about different strategies. Sending you so much love. Have an awesome, awesome week. And just remember, you've always got more than one choice. Always, always. See you later.